All right, folks, we'll make this very short and sweet. Y'all know who I am. Y'all know what I do. And today is the NBA Awards, folks. It's finally here, weeks after the NBA Finals. Nonetheless, it's here, though. Let's get right into it. Everybody wants to know who's the MVP, and we'll get to that last. I'm going to say this about each award. You can't really go wrong outside of two players in each category. I know there's 3 up for each category, 3 players available that's nominated. But outside of 2, I don't believe you can go wrong. We'll start with the Rookie of the Year, folks. One player had a great season before the All-Star break. The other one had a better season after the All-Star break. And I'm talking about Luka Doncic and Trae Young. Me personally, give me Trae Young. It's a little harder to go and have a better season after the All-Star break as a rookie especially. So give me Trae Young for that reason. Also, he doesn't have any professional experience. He went to Oklahoma. He came out. He balled out in his first season in the NBA on a Hawks team that's rebuilding. As for Luka Doncic, the guy had overseas experience, but again, you can't go wrong with either pick. For most improved player, folks, give me Pascal Siakam. You might say, Sportswear, why would you say Pascal Siakam is your most improved player? Well, you tell me who the hell he was last year. You tell me if you heard of Pascal Siakam last year. I guarantee you more than half the population that's looking at this video probably didn't know who Pascal Siakam was last year to the Toronto Raptors, not because he was overshadowed by DeMar DeRozan, not because he was overshadowed by the bloopers of Kyle Lowry, but simply because this guy did not put up similar numbers as he did this year, and they wouldn't have been in the position that they were this year in the playoffs if it wasn't for this guy. I know this is a regular season award, but Pascal Siakam balled out in the regular season and the playoffs, and that's why, you know, for a guy that you didn't know who he was last year, I think he's a standout candidate for this award. As for Defensive Player of the Year, give me PG. Why? This guy led the Oklahoma City Thunder throughout the regular season to a defensive-minded team. You would think that once you got guys like Russell Westbrook with his freakish athletic ability, but he's not able to steal the ball as much as a guy like Paul George does. He intercepts the lanes. He plays on-ball defense. He plays off-the-ball defense very well. It's more than just exceptional. Folks, we're finally here. The MVP talks are here, folks. I know Paul George is a candidate. I'll give him that because he balled out before the All-Star break and he kind of picked it up shortly after the All-Star break. When it comes to the MVP race, folks, Giannis Antetokounmpo versus James Harden, the Greek Freak versus the Beard. You can spit it and say it however you want. Folks, give me the Greek Freak. Why? Well, I understand he played 72 games versus James Harden, 78 games. He had a few injuries down towards the home stretch of the NBA season. But we'll start here. His coach, Mike Budenholzer, is Coach of the Year because he led this team as the best team in the NBA. They had the best record in the NBA over the Golden State Warriors, who didn't really battle injuries throughout the regular season. That's something to speak about. This team, this player, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the main reason he's my pick for MVP is because he has dominated with no problem. He's dominated the regular season. This is a regular season award. He dominated the regular season in a game that's not tailored towards his skills. This is a 3-point shooting league in the NBA today. That's what the modern NBA is right now, folks. It's tailored towards shooting. And we all know Giannis Antetokounmpo cannot shoot the 3-ball. He can barely shoot the damn mid-range. But this brother balled out in the regular season. 57% from the field on 17 attempts. James Harden, below 50% from the field. 24 attempts. And again, I'll say this one more time. You can't go wrong with either one of these guys because both of these guys balled out. I understand that James Harden went on a hell of a stretch without Chris Paul, without Clint Capella. He battled some injuries with Eric Gordon, but they're a 3-point shooting team. Mike D'Antoni didn't necessarily coach the team in the right direction. I don't care what the rumors are about Chris Paul and James Harden, their chemistry. Nobody really has perfect chemistry. You don't see it too often. Even LeBron James and Dwayne Wade had issues with chemistry. They might not have made it to the media per se as much as this Chris Paul and James Harden has. But even Shaq and Kobe had chemistry issues. Michael Jordan had chemistry issues. All the greats go through this phase. It happens. But when Chris Paul went out and Clint Capella went out, I was very sympathetic for James Harden. I understand he had to do a lot of shooting. I understand he had to step up, and he played a significant role He played the role for the Houston Rockets, folks. And I don't fault him for that. Again, you can't go wrong with these picks. But here's the thing between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Houston Rockets. Both of these teams led the league in three-point shooting attempts and makes. That's attempts and makes. The difference is the Houston Rockets took almost 700 more three-pointers than the Milwaukee Bucks. And the Milwaukee Bucks still finished with a better record. In a league that's not tailored towards their superstars' talents. This brother dominated the paint. He dominated on defense. He dominated on offense. You can't take that away from Giannis Antetokounmpo. And just in my opinion, I believe I'm right. I believe the NBA should make this choice that Giannis Antetokounmpo is your league MVP for the 2018-2019 season, folks. That's just what it is. Make sure you're voting. Thanks for tuning in.